Don, you've done many, many tests for us over the years. Just take us through some of the more memorable ones.
I think they're all memorable, Tricia, but the one that really sticks out in my mind to start with is a lady called Barbara, a 6-year-old lady who, shall we say, was on the large side. And the family were concerned, I think, that she was in fact eating herself to death. And came on the show. She claimed she only ate salads. That was her diet, and she hadn't been breaking the rules. And she also said she never ate the family pork pie at Christmas. So fidelity checks, but the one that sticks out in my mind was the pie detector special.
You were asked, Barbara, you claim the crisps and junk food you buy are all for your husband and that you do not eat them. The question was, do you sneak your husband's junk food treats? Barbara confessed she does not sneak her husband's treats, but she has her own secret stash. Comments from Cargill and Penner, our polygraph examiners. At this point, Barbara reeled off a stream of junk food she secretly indulges in, including a daily diet of crisps, bacon, chocolate and hot cross buns. We had to stop her list of secret junk food for time purposes. The second question. Your sister Jean says she saw you eating a huge family-sized pork pie in December last year. You claim you hate pork pies and that you did not eat the pie. The question you were asked, did you eat the jumbo family-sized pork pie? Again, after extensive examination, you broke down and confessed. You admitted to sneaking the super-sized pork pie. So, Barbara, I guess it's in the face of pressure, sometimes we do these things to save face. Now, Barbara did something that quite a lot of guests do once they walk through that door marked lie detector, didn't she? Just tell us about what people do.
I think it goes 3 or 4 ways, in truth. I mean, some people realise this is the moment where the truth will out and they feel the need to confess to me, which is good for them, and obviously we get the truth that way. But, however, I still check on whether they're telling the truth when they do confess, because they could still be lying. So, but yeah, so they're hopefully, alternatively, they think they can beat the polygraph, which is absolutely ridiculous. So I think it's great fun when they try these sort of things. The truth comes out at the end of the day anyway.
Now, I remember one person who didn't take your advice and didn't confess all was Jimmy. His story was that he'd spent quite a few days, or he'd just come to in a field.
That's right, yeah.
Tell us about what happened with Jimmy.
I always take an independent view completely, even how bizarre the stories are, Tricia, so I have to treat them as proper tests, but his story didn't quite add up from the start. He apparently was picked up by a friend and mysteriously woke up in an empty field and then decided to, without asking any directions, walk home for 3 days without stopping for food, water and the occasional use of the bushes. But didn't see a soul on the way, and obviously his partner wanted to find out if he was telling the truth or, in fact, cheating on her. OK,
here we go. Lie detector results for Jimmy. 1. Jimmy, you were asked, in the 8 years you have been married to Kim, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman? You said no. You claim in the 8 years you've been married to Kim, you have never had sexual intercourse with any other woman. The lie detector said, deception indicated you were lying. You were asked, when your wife Kim found another woman in your marital bed, had you been having sexual contact with that woman? You said no. You claim you did not have sexual contact with a woman in the bed. The lie detector said, deception indicated you were lying. 3, you were asked, when you went missing for 3 days and claimed you'd been dumped in a field and were walking home, did you have sexual intercourse with another woman? You said no. You claimed you did not have sexual intercourse with another woman. The lie detector said, 3 out of 3, deception indicated you were lying.
So I thought I'd be lying on that. Load of
So Jimmy didn't confess, and the polygraph test showed that he had been lying. What do you remember about that test?
Basically, it was When a person walks in the studio, I always have a little game myself. Is he guilty or not guilty? But his story didn't add up. And it's absolutely, when I saw his polygraph charts, they went absolutely crazy, sort of bouncing up and down, which is great for a polygraph because the reactions were so strong. So, but I ran the charts 3 times, like I'm obliged to do so, but it was very, very apparent from very quickly on that he was just telling lies.
Now, in the studio, our security guys often have to step in because things get very, very heated and people get very aggressive. But we never see what happens in the lie detector room. Thinking back on Martin, a guy who was accused of stealing a family member's shoes.
That's right.
What happened inside the lie detector room then?
Well, most people, in fact, majority of people behave when they see me on the polygraph equipment. It does look a bit daunting. But he actually walked in there and said very quickly to myself and Nadia Penner, my partner, if you find me deceptive, I'm going to give you one of these, and sort of made a gesture of a big slap. And he was quite a big guy as well. And I think you later on, Tricia, made him apologise on stage for his behaviour, and I think the security had a bit of fun with him on stage as well.
Colin, any more violence? The lie detector results, we will forget about them. Have a seat. We're not letting anybody else out at the moment. We're trying to get these 2 gentlemen to talk. Billy, you can leave, darling. You can leave because you can't control yourself. This is your mother. Leave. You were asked, did you steal the pair of shoes from Karen and her husband Andy? You answered no, you did not steal the shoes. The lie detector said deception indicated you were lying on that one, you did steal the shoes. You did, Nickham?
No, I didn't.
All right, let me keep reading. Note from Cargill and Penner, our polygraph examiners. At this point, Colin confessed that he had stolen the shoes for a friend, but couldn't say who because of thief's honour. OK. I've got an additional statement from Cargill and Penner. During the course of the polygraph test, Colin became aggressive and threatening. He informed the polygraph examiner that he could be over that desk there and have you out in 3 seconds.
It was hot in there.
Would you like to apologise to Cargill and Penner for your behaviour?
If they are hearing, I will apologise to them. I apologise.
Thank you. Right. So, Don, do you remember anything in particular about Martin's polygraph test?
Again, I mean, they're all... Polygraphs are polygraphs. I mean, again, he had significant reaction to all his responses that we're measuring, the heart rate, the blood pressure, the sweat gland activity, and the change of breathing. Again, as with all of them, their significant responses mean, on the relevant questions, that they're deceptive. It's simple as that, really.